Idanim Nidra Samaye Vaktavyah Shlokaha Eshaha Asti Ramam Skandam iti Shlokaha. Vayam Ramam Skandam iti Shlokam Idanim Pathamaha. Eshaha Shlokaha Nidra Samaye Vaktavyah Shlokaha Pratidinam. Aham ekam padam vadami. Savadhanataya shunvantu. Ramam skandam hanumantam vainateyam vrukodaram shayane yah smaren nityam. Nakara, the na sound comes twice. Smaren nityam. Dukkha dusvapnastasya. Dusvapnaha tasya. Dusvapnaha tasya. Separate words. When you combine them, it becomes Dusvapnastasya. Nashyati. These are the words. Now we know the words. Now, aham ekam padam vadami. So one pada, shloka pada at a time. Ramam skandam hanumantam. Ramam skandam hanumantam. Vainateyam vrukodaram. Shayaneya smaren nityam. Dusvapnastasya nashyati. Now the whole sloka, one line at a time. Ramam skandam hanumantam. Vainateyam vrukodaram. Shayaneya smaren nityam. Dusvapnastasya nashyati. Now let us try to understand the simple brief meaning of this shloka. Ramam, Ramaha, right? Sri Ramaha. Skandaha. Skandaha is Subramanya Swami. Skandaha. Hanuman is Anjaneyaha. Hanumantam is Anjaneyam. Vainateyam. Vainateyaha Garudaha. He is the Vahanam of Lord Vishnu, the most powerful. Vrukodaraha is Bhimaha. You heard of Bhimaha is very strong, powerful. He is one of the Pandavas. Second, he is the second among the Pandavas and very powerful. Man ever lived. Ramaha, Sri Rama, right? He is the best person, best human being ever lived, who performed his dharma, right? He went to forest because to keep the word of his dad. He could have become the king if he wanted right away, but he followed his dad's wish and went to the forest. He sacrificed. Such a great man. Ramam. Skanda is Subramanya. He was the major general of the army of Shiva. And he was also a great warrior, a great son, and a great person. Hanuman, Anjaneya is the best blend of everything. Very strong and very highly devoted, a great devotee of Sri Rama. He sacrificed his whole life in the service of Lord Rama, Sri Rama. Right? He is the model for devotion, strength, willpower, and also he was the wisest person. He was actually, can say, is Vanara. He was like, a monkey, but he was a very, very wise person. Very wise person. So he even knew all the Vedas. He was a very Shastra Pandita. He knew everything. Vainateya is Garuda. I just now said he's Vishnoha Vahanam. So very the most powerful bird. And also he made his mother happy, Vinata. His mother, had difficulties and trouble. And Vainateya, after he grew up, he took care of his mother's wish. I don't want to go too much into this story. So remember, Vainateya is Garudaha, Vishnoha Vahanam, and the most powerful bird ever lived. Vrukodaraha, Bhimaha. Bhimaha is the strongest person, one among the Pandavas, right? So he is also another personality from Puranas, strong, very strong person. Shayane Yaha Smaren Nityam. Shayane means in the sleep, Nidraya. Yaha, who Smaret Nityam, Smaren, the one who remembers these people. Whom? Ramam, Skandam, Hanumantam, Vainateyam, Rukodaram. These, how many? 5. One who remembers these 5 persons while going to bed. Duhswapnaha. Swapnaha, dream. Duhswapnaha means bad dream. Duhswapnaha, tasya, that person. Nashyati. They will be destroyed, meaning you will not get bad dreams. Right? So what does that mean? Why don't I get bad dreams if I just remember those names? Is there some magic in it? We know in our Samskruti, everything is rational, scientific. We don't have any blind beliefs. No, we don't believe blindly in things. There is always a rational, logical basis for everything. Then what is the logical basis for this? I just remember some names and my bad dreams go away. How come? I don't believe it. Right? So here is the explanation. Who are these characters? Look at each one of them. Sri Rama. He has led, even though he was the king, and he was Sakshat, the avatara of Lord Vishnu, God himself. But he was a human being. He took the human form. And he suffered the most a human being can suffer, in spite of being the king. Why? Because he was just performing his dharma as the son of a king, as the husband of a wife, as the king of a kingdom. He was the Satyam. He always spoke the truth. He was honest, and he sacrificed everything and took all the hardships, because his dad gave a word to his stepmother. So he took the difficult path of going to the forest. And in the forest, he lived with Sita, his wife, for such a long time and suffered all the things. Even when he came back to the kingdom and became the king, still his woes were not over. Right? So just to be a good king and to take care of the kingdom, he had to again sacrifice Sita. Right? He went through all the difficulties. So he's a great personality to be followed, to be understood. So Sri Rama, Skandaha, I already said. Subramanya is a great warrior, great son. Hanuman, Vainateya, Vukodaraha, these are symbols of strength, the strongest characters ever lived. Right? So when you remember them, what are you remembering? Not just the names. Names mean nothing. Simply remembering Ramaha, Skandaha, Hanuman, Vainateyaha, Vrukodaraha, they're just sounds. So what are you remembering? Their personality, how strong they were, right? So what are you remembering? Not their names, but their strength, right? So for that, you have to know the story of each one of them. So I request the parents, we don't have the time in the class to go through the stories. So I request the parents to please teach your children the story of all these people. Sri Rama's story, very easy to get. Skanda Subramania's story, then Hanuman and Vainateya Garuda's story, and Vrukodara Bhima. So please spend some time with your kids explaining this story. So when you remember, you are remembering the strength of these people, how strong they were physically and mentally. Why should we learn these stories? Not bedtime stories so that you enjoy and go to bed. No, to learn from these characters, to be stronger people. Why do we get bad dreams? Psychology. Why do we get bad dreams? Why? Because what happens during the day, we go through conflicts. We don't solve all the problems psychologically. We leave them. We escape. When there is a problem, what do? We don't solve it. We escape. We escape. We think we escape, but it is there in the mind, hidden. We suppress it during the day. During the night, when you're sleeping, calm, all the things you have hidden them in the brain, they come out. And when they come out, they take the form of several images and all the dreams. Correct? Just imagine, during the day, if you really understood these characters, followed them, and had the strength to face the difficulties and solve the problems, will anything be hidden there? Will you escape from anything? No. When you escape from nothing, nothing is there, so you won't get those bad dreams. Is it logical? Does it sound right? Exactly. Yes. It is science, medical science. It's not blind belief, right? So these characters, we remember them. That's why we learn Sanskritam, to be better people, to be happy people. It is not just a language, right? So parents, I request once again, please teach the kids these 6 stories. We'll teach the stories also when we get the opportunity. Now you all know why we won't get bad dreams by remembering them, by remembering their strength, and we becoming strong physically and mentally, right? Never be afraid of anything. Never be sorry or, depressed for it. Be happy. I can do it, right? I'm a good person. I'm a strong person. Then you will not get a bad dream. Got it? Ask.